the entire campaign, his message to his voters, the American people, was he's a businessman. He knows how to get deals done. He knows how to break the gridlock in Washington. He knows how to. He's the closer, is what you said earlier this week. If this vote does go down, what does it say about the president? Is the president humbled by this process? And is he, will he readjust how will he readjust his administration going forward?
I'm not, like I said to Jill, I'm still optimistic. I feel like we're continuing to work hard. But, at the end of the day, you can't force somebody to do something. I think there's nobody that objectively can look at this effort and say the president didn't do every single thing he possibly could with his team to get every vote possible. And I think that's why, I still feel good about this. But, we are where we are, and members have got to make that decision for themselves. This is the final hour to make that decision. Blake.
The other day, one of the members of Congress who was here to meet with the president, Congressman McHenry, called to say we're bringing him to the closer. You embraced that nickname from the podium. Whatever happens today, do you still feel comfortable calling the president the closer when it comes to deal making on all this?
Look, I think I said it to Kristen and a couple others. I think he has done everything possible. There's no one, either on Capitol Hill or any honest observer of what's happened, that doesn't recognize the extraordinary feats. But at some point, as I've mentioned, this isn't a one-on-one negotiation. This is, you have to get to 216, and I think part of this question is to go to some of those no's and ask them, what is the reason and what would you do? And the problem is that, as I mentioned before, there's this balancing act where to get these two members, you're giving up 14, but we're doing everything possible to get to that 216, and that I think when you actually objectively look at the effort that was undertaken, there's no question that every single thing that has been done to maximize the vote count on this.
And to be very, very clear, this has been addressed a few times, but I want to get a clear answer. You talked a lot about how this is the chance, this is the opportunity for Republicans to make good on campaign promises. I asked the president a couple days ago, what happens when you keep pushing if this fails today? And he said, well, wait and see. We'll have to see what happens. Are you saying right now that there will be no future attempts to comply with that campaign promise if today's attempt fails?
I can't say that there'll never be, and I'm not going to be fatalistic. We've got to vote at 3:30. I know that the president's made it clear that this is the effort, this is the train that's leaving the station, and that he expects everyone, this is our opportunity. And he's got a lot left on the agenda that he wants to get done, whether it's, immigration, taxes, the border wall. There's so many other things that he wants to get done that we're not going to sit around and figure out this is the opportunity, this is the time, this is the opportunity for every member who has said that they want to repeal or replace Obamacare to put their vote in the yes column.
And last one, if it does pass today, you talked a lot about this being done in 3 phases, today being phase 1. Phase 2 and phase 3, one of the problems I think is that this is not information that is in scorable form. The steps that Secretary Price might take, and then what may end up in this final bill. Is there
I don't
any
know yet.
done?
At some point, maybe it can be. I mean,
can you put the administrative steps that the Secretary
I don't
Price,
know.
Is that something that's being attempted to be done? Because that's the kind
I
of
think right
information
now we're kind of
want.
focused on the vote, but I think that we'll have either OMB or CBO take a look at not just the other elements, but can you look at it in its totality? I don't know but that's a good question that I can have the OMB folks address potentially with the CBO folks. Thank you, guys. I'm sure we'll have some additional updates for today. Thank you.